Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm joined with my friend Liv, who I have actually been friends with for many years, but this is the first time she has been on the channel.
Yeah.
And Liv works in influencer marketing for a brand, so we thought we would put our knowledge together and do a Q&A all about being an influencer, how you can become one, all the like secrets, because I feel like a lot of people don't know like everything about like how we do our job and stuff like that. So
and people want to know.
People want to know. So I asked you some questions in my broadcast group. As always, if you guys want to talk to me all the time, join my broadcast group on Instagram because it's where I'm always chatting to you guys. But yeah, we're just going to go through the questions and answer you guys's and hopefully spill some tea on the industry.
Spill some goss.
Yeah.
We've got some joint knowledge we can combine.
Yeah. Okay, so the first question is, how did you become an influencer, or how did you start doing it? So I would say we both probably have different answers. If you guys don't know, Liv also posts videos online, but she also has a full-time job as well because she's very hardworking.
We're a hustler.
Yes.
Not that you're not.
Yeah, I'm just lazy. So I feel like I've told this story many times on this channel, how I started becoming an influencer. I was a Gossip Girl fan account. Oh
my god, do you know what? I think I followed you there.
Yeah.
Because I used to be a little bit...
On TikTok in lockdown, everyone was rewatching it because it got put on Netflix. Started posting on TikTok, and then I was like, oh, I've got some followers. Let me try and get them to go over to Instagram. Started posting like fashion and like weird outfits on Instagram. And then while that was growing, I was like, right, I'm gonna stop doing the Gossip Girl TikToks and started doing more fashion stuff. Then eventually went into like body positivity, and that's how I got to where I am now. It took about 4 years to probably get to like having it as my job. How about you, Liv?
So I've actually been posting online since I was literally like 15.
Oh my god.
I know. I used to like post pictures of things like my makeup and things. And then in lockdown, I remember always being like, oh, I'm too fat to like do fashion.
That's
I know.
sad.
So in lockdown, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, can I swear on here?
Yeah, you can swear. Okay. Can she swear, guys?
Sure. I was like, you know what? Like, who actually cares? Like, I'm just gonna start doing it. Like, it's not like I was seeing anybody. So I was like, I'll just start doing it. And I started posting every day. I started this thing called Lockdown with Liv.
Cute.
Were you there for that?
I feel like I remember that, yeah.
So basically I'd get people to like do a challenge every day.
Yes, yeah.
So it'd be like, take a picture of your mug of the day or whatever. And without even realising, I was just making myself grow. Because I was getting like a shout out by like hundreds of people every single day without even realising. And then it just grew from there. And I did it full time for like, I think just over a year. And then I went and got a full-time job in influence marketing because I wasn't fulfilled enough.
Yeah, and you had lots of knowledge on it to get a job. So now Liv works.
I have a degree in marketing, so...
Yeah, she has a degree, and you work on like the brand side, right? So you...
Yeah, so I work for a fashion brand in the UK, and I'm an influencer exec.
So she like goes and finds all the influencers and like sorts out their pay and like stuff like that. So you kind of have work, and you still do both work.
I do both things at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, so that's how we both started. Someone said, what's the hardest thing you've dealt with for your career so far? I feel like the thing that stresses me out the most is nothing to do with like hate or anything. It's mainly to do with being self-employed, and it's such a privilege to be able to be self-employed, but I get so stressed over my taxes and stuff like that. And the fact that I have to, you know, make sure I'm like...
You're responsible for all your own things. There's no one else to do it for you.
When you have a normal, just like office job...
HR do it.
Yeah, they do all the payroll and your tax automatically gets taken off in the UK. Whereas if you work for yourself, you have to every year like write down everything you've earned, everything you've spent, and work it all out. And if you do it wrong, you can get fined or go to prison, and it really stresses me out.
We're just girls.
Yeah, I'm just a girl. Like, why are they asking me about my taxes? But obviously I do them correct every year. Please don't send me to prison, HMRC.
She does.
But I have an accountant, and it just always stresses me out whenever they call me. I think I've shown that in a video before, me getting very stressed about my accountant. Honestly, that is something that makes me want to not do this job anymore.
You've been stressed about like that kind of stuff today.
Yeah, I talk about it all the time.
Today, she's talking about it.
I get stressed all the time about that. I think it's because I'm a very like rule follower, and like I hate being in trouble. And like even at school I was like that, like I would never want to break the rules. Not that I'm breaking any rules, but I just get so freaked out that I'm going to do it wrong.
Accidentally do it.
Yeah. So that's probably the hardest thing so far that I didn't think would be like a big issue, because at first you're like, oh, money, yay. Working for myself. But then it's like, oh, I've got a lot of like admin stuff to do alongside all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
But honestly,
you are the HR.
Yeah, but it's not that bad. Like, honestly, this is such a great job, and it's such a privilege to be able to earn your own money. So it's nothing bad at all. But yeah, I would say that's the hardest thing I deal with like day to day in terms of my job. What about you?
To be honest, I don't really deal with anything quite that hard in like working in influencer marketing. Like, I honestly prefer it. So I had a bit of a different experience. So I was a full-time influencer for like over a year. And for me, it was like the motivation and the social side. So I'm quite a social person. I like to be around people. I like to work with people and like collaborate. And I feel like when you're a full-time influencer, you've really got to work hard to be able to do that, to not be isolated and on your own in your house all day. You have to put effort in, yeah. Yeah, and whether that's like paying to go up into London or going to events, and then it's then about weighing up if it's actually beneficial or if it's just, you're just doing it for a jolly. Yeah. And the other big thing for me was like motivation. So like having the motivation to like actually work, because if you're working from home, you're just doing it from your house and you are the one, like you've got to keep yourself accountable and make sure that you're doing what you need to do. Because it's so easy to just like, when you're not feeling well, be like, well, I guess I just won't do anything, when in reality you actually have loads to do.
Yeah, definitely.
So like from going over to like working again, like I found my Instagram has flourished so much because I'm not stressed about it anymore, because I'm just like, it's gone back to being a hobby that is a side hustle.
Yeah. And you don't have like, you've got structure, so you know which days you're meant to be filming.
Yeah, whereas exactly.
I feel like I'm going to struggle. I am in my last week of uni at the minute, as you guys know.
This very minute right now.
I have my presentation on Monday. I've told you guys this. I think when I post this, I might be done. Hopefully.
She's done, guys.
Hopefully. But when I finish uni, I think I'm going to struggle with that in terms of like schedule and stuff. I feel like
about that today,
I need to get some hobbies, or just like, I don't know, start
you need like a
podcast, or have just other stuff to do alongside it.
Podcast?
Maybe a podcast.
Maybe we should have a podcast.
Maybe
I've got a microphone.
Yeah, give me your microphone, Liv. Anyway, but yeah, they are the hardest things I would say, but as I've said before, it's a very easy
it is.
job, and we're so privileged
the most
to be able
fun
to do
job
that.
to do ever.
Yeah.
But if we had to really think...
If we had to complain, that's what we would complain about.
Be what we'd complain.
Yeah. Someone said, how do you actually earn money? Is it from view counts or brand deals, etc.? So as an influencer, there are like two main ways to make money, I would say.
There's quite a lot.
Well, there's lots of ways.
Lots of different things.
There's lots of things
different
you can
for
do.
every influencer.
But the main ways I make money, at least, is from ads. So that's like the brand deals, which is what Liv organises in her job, working for a fashion brand. And the other way I make money is through the like creator schemes that the different apps have. So for example, on YouTube, they have like the, what's it called? AdSense, where basically you get paid like however many pennies per view or per 1,000 views, and same on TikTok. And then Instagram, you don't get paid per view, so I don't get paid anything from Instagram or like Facebook, but I get paid from YouTube and from TikTok, and it's a very small amount. It's not really enough to live on, at least for me, with the views I get. No. But some creators like,
which is crazy because you get good, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you get for someone who gets like consistent views.
Yeah, on TikTok,
it's not enough.
It's nothing. It's like £100 a month sometimes.
You need other things to give you an actual paycheck.
So unless you're like Mr. Beast, who gets a lot of views every video, obviously he's probably getting a lot from YouTube, but the main way I make money is from brand deals, because they pay more, and that's just for like one post you're getting the money for.
That's the same with me for Instagram, to be honest. It's brand deals and affiliate links.
Yeah, so affiliate links is like, sometimes, you know, on people's stories you will see like them post a link and it might say like affiliate.
Most links influencers post are affiliate.
Yeah, even if they don't say, which is bad.
Which is illegal.
That's illegal. Don't do that, guys.
Don't do that.
But that basically means every time you buy something from someone's story link,
they get commission.
Yeah, giving them commission.
It's not very much commission.
They'll get like 1p if you buy something for £10.
Yeah.
And then
some things you can get paid per click, so it will be like instead of paying for the purchase, you'll get money for
like a p per click. So if you get 1,000 clicks, I can't talk, then you might get like £10, or
that used to work a lot better. That used to work a lot better for me, because it would be like you get more clicks than you would purchases. But then the problem is that when someone did purchase, you wouldn't get the commission. Yeah,
so it depends what sort of products you're posting about, because if
some influencers make all their money,
a lot of money on affiliate links.
From affiliate links, because they sell out products and that their content revolves around look at this product. Whereas I feel like ours doesn't revolve around
content.
Don't walk to this top or whatever. Like, it's not revolving around that. Clothes is like a part of it, and outfits is a part of it, but it's not like you need to buy this.
Yeah, well, like some people have like, you know, Amazon finds, like their whole account on TikTok will be things you can find on Amazon, and obviously they've got all the affiliate links for Amazon.
Try on haul and like things like that. Like you're gonna wanna
or especially people that post like, because if you're getting commission, you're getting 5%, for example, of an item.
You've got hundreds of people doing that,
and if the items are more expensive, so people that post designer clothing, and also like I don't know, like MacBook reviewers or camera reviewers,
oh my God,
they're making a lot more percent, because if the item's $2,000 for a MacBook and someone buys it, they're getting 10% or whatever.
Yeah.
Rather than a £10 top, you're not going to get as much.
But like,
for that.
it totally depends on the influencer, what they earn the most money from. Like, what I earn money off of is different to what Grace would, is different to what any other one would. But I think brand deals is probably the most for most people, because you can charge a lot and get away with charging a lot more.
Yeah. Someone said, how does it work with managers or agencies? So if you guys don't know, a lot of influencers will have like a manager. You might see in their bio like managed by, or like a different email address. And that basically is, it's like when you have like actresses in Hollywood and they have like an agent. It's basically like someone that kind of works for you and reaches out to all these brands and has all these contacts, and they'll be like, so for example, Liv works for a fashion brand. So a manager will reach out to her, say, my manager,
this is all of my talent.
Yeah.
They would love to work with you. They'll send me over their kind of rates and stuff and basically pitch.
Charge.
And I think the one benefit of an agent is that, firstly, that you do take them a little bit more seriously, because it's more professional. And if you've worked with the agent before on like other things, so say I'd worked with Grace's manager before with one of her other talents, and it was really easy and it was professional. Yeah, it was professional, and the content came through quick and it was nice quality, then it would make me think, oh, do you know what? She has really good talent. Like, in my head, I can think of a few agencies that I'm like, they have really gorgeous talent, the managers are really professional. It makes you want to work with them. So like, having that like agency is so nice.
Yeah, and in terms of what the manager gets, most managers will take a percentage of each deal.
So you don't technically pay, like, you don't pay them monthly.
No, you don't. Most talent don't like pay their managers. They're not like an employee of the talent. It tends to be that they'll just take a cut of the earnings. In the industry, in the influencer industry, it tends to be around 20%, but it depends on which agency. So for example, if my manager came to me and said, Liv, who works at a brand, will pay you £1,000 for a TikTok, then I know that I'm actually getting £800 for that TikTok, because my manager is taking, say, 20%, and then also tax on top of that or whatever. So the amount that you hear influencers get paid isn't always like what they actually personally get, because they'll have to send some to the tax man, some to their manager, etc., etc. But it's still a very well-paid job, I think. I
think we've both had pretty positive experiences of having a manager, and it is a really like, I mean, I don't think it's, do you think it's like essential?
No, I don't think it's necessary.
Like, do you think you'd be alright with that one?
The main reason, I mean, I love my manager, but that's because she's more of a friend, and she's like someone I go to for advice and like business advice. But I would say, if I had a bad manager, you'd probably be better off on your own. If you can kind of sell yourself, you might be able to sell yourself better.
I think also it's your own person.
Yeah.
Because, so I obviously have a lot less followers than you, and I think it doesn't matter how many followers you have if you want a manager and if the manager wants you. But for me, it's like, because I'm a full-time job, I don't have the time to be emailing all these brands and pitching myself and figuring out my rates and going backwards and forwards with contracts and whatever. I don't have the time. So it's so easy for her to send me over the stuff, and then all I have to do is send the content over. Yeah. And it's just easy. I just know that everything is chugging along in the background, and that it can be a consistent thing without having to like... And the same with you. You can focus on the creative side and making the content and everything, instead of having to deal with stuff that influencer girlies shouldn't be dealing with.
Definitely. When I have been at uni, that's the main reason why I kind of wanted a manager. And then like last summer I didn't have a manager, and because it was like the summer holidays, I kind of had more time to do it myself and reach out to brands. Yeah. But again, I had no idea how much I should be charging. It
was a scary time you didn't have a manager.
Yeah, like
it was a scary
time. And
when the email was just your email, scary.
Yeah.
Tough time.
Yeah. And like also your manager will filter out all the emails, so like
I don't send you the rubbish.
I don't have to read some random man trying to get my number like to my email, whereas she'll filter through all the deals and bring to me the ones she thinks actually I would be interested in. Yeah. Like, she won't bring me some deal for some, I don't know, random product.
Toaster.
She'll be like, yeah.
That's actually quite great, a toaster deal. Would you do a toaster deal?
I could do it in a way in a day. I really want a Smeg toaster. So Smeg, if you're watching this, I want the pink kettle and toaster, please. Please, sponsor me.
Oh, so funny.
Okay, someone said, what does an influencer's daily schedule look like? I would say so different. Yeah. Between different people, and also just every day is different in my life.
Oh, totally. I think that's the beauty of being an influencer, isn't it? Is you run off your own clock, so you can kind of do whatever you want. I mean, when I used to be an influencer, I used to kind of like get up, go to the gym, come back, like get ready.
I feel like it sounds so out of touch, but it's like, you know, when you see those like parodies of people where it's like influencers say their life is so stressful and they're just running errands all day. Like,
you are kind of, but it is stressful.
I wouldn't say
it can be. It's a different level of stress.
Yeah, you're stressed, but the level of stress you get as an influencer is nothing compared to the level of stress you'd get at any other job.
As a heart surgeon.
Yeah, but if you're like used to just being an influencer and you haven't for years, and some people have never had a real job. I mean, I've had like normal jobs before. Some people haven't, so they don't even realise that level of stress is nothing compared to like a doctor or a nurse or whatever.
Yeah.
But in terms of day-to-day schedule, I mean, mine at the moment has been doing uni work and just trying to fit in work when I can. I think when I finish, I'm going to try and have like a schedule, because I know some of my friends, they will literally get up every single day, get ready, do their makeup, do their hair, film one video, post it that day, do the same thing the next day.
Oh, that sounds funny.
So every day they are getting ready.
Yeah,
they're spending effort in that day to do that one thing, posting it that day. Whereas I tend to, at the moment at least, is batch film. So I'll film.
It's way more productive.
Yeah, like one day a week, I'll film maybe 10 videos and then I've got them sorted.
But then so when I used to be full time, I used to have like a day of like filming, and then I'd have another day of like admin. So that's like ordering bits or like seeing I mean, our content's kind of different. So like I kind of order bits and see what is like trending, what kind of pieces of ASOS that I can pick up to film in, and kind of planning out videos and like editing and like emails and whatever.
Talking to my accountant.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like admin-y stuff. And then it means that you're not getting ready every single day.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just don't think that's productive. Unless you're like vlogging or something, I don't see the point.
Yeah, I think I still am going to batch film when I finish uni, because
it just makes more sense.
Yeah, because I don't want to be getting ready every day.
And you make the mess every single day. Like the mess of filming is real.
And having to like have your hair washed like every day. I only wash my hair once a week.
But I love to have a no makeup day.
Yeah, same. I want to be in my joggers all day with no makeup on most days, just on my laptop or on my phone, like editing. So
editing is what takes the most time. Filming isn't even the hard part.
Yeah, so
filming takes like I can bush out like so many videos in like an hour. Mm-hmm. But it's the editing that takes the longest time.
Yeah, definitely.
But that just looks like you're doing nothing, doesn't it? I just sit in front of the TV and like edit.
Yeah. Someone said, I'm embarrassed to do it because my friends follow me on Instagram. I would say
friends.
Yeah, well,
Sorry,
I do understand. Those aren't your friends. I would say if you are worried, I would just make a new Instagram that no one follows.
I did that.
Yeah.
Did you?
I didn't.
You just went for it. You went balls in.
Yeah.
You went, fuck it, I'm going. Who cares?
Well, because I started on TikTok, obviously that was like a new account because I didn't post on TikTok. And then I was like, well, once I had like 20k on TikTok, I was like, I've made it. Now people from school know.
I never used to tell anybody. I have Liv Grace, which is my middle name, and then I have my actual name with my surname, which is like, and I quite like the separation because then it means
a private account.
Yeah, because then I can go on there and like my feed on there is very different to my feed on my actual my main account.
Yeah, I probably should have done that, but I just kept my
Finsta.
Instagram.
I'm surprised you don't have a Finsta. Actually, no, I'm not. I don't think you would be bothered to post.
I have one from like school, but I don't post on it. So the girl that says she's embarrassed to do it, I would say
make another account.
Make another account, but also don't listen to anyone at school. Like, they're so silly. People used to make fun of me when I first started posting on TikTok. Was like right before lockdown. I had like a few weeks of sixth form before we went into lockdown, and I remember being in business class, and it was all boys apart from me and my best friend who I sat next to, Tia, and they were like, oh my god, Grace posted a TikTok, and the whole class like got out their phones, and I got like 10 views. And it's like these embarrassing. I'll show you because I was actually going through them the other day.
Is this what you showed me earlier?
Like, yeah, just these embarrassing videos. Like, I look cool.
Stop! You look completely different.
I know. I look.
Hang on, let me. Oh my god, you look. How old are you here?
17.
Oh my god, you look completely different. You're joking.
But yeah, they all found the videos and were like, oh. And then I privated them all. And then I like didn't post again for like a month. And then when it was locked down, I was like, I'm just gonna start posting again.
I feel like I can't get the video because I was never posting.
Yeah.
But then I think it's different because I only started posting when I was 20.
Yeah, see, I was like 17.
So I was 15, but no one knew about that.
Yeah,
No one knew about it when I was at school, and they only knew about it when I was like 20.
Yeah.
So I was like well out of school, and I think I was just about to start uni, and it was actually quite cool because I went to a fashion uni. So I was like, wow, you've got Instagram followers. That was my fun fact. Did you have to do that when you first started uni? Stand up and share a fun fact. I was like, and I'm an influencer.
Ah, that's sweet.
I was like, if I had like 10,000 followers, I'm like, I'm an influencer. I'm a celebrity.
That's funny. No, but what was I gonna say? Oh, like the minute you start getting views and followers, the people from school are gonna be like, I want to get in your video, or like.
But then I feel like nowadays, like it's not really something that's like embarrassing.
Yeah, it's so normal.
I feel like
nowadays.
It's more cool. Like, you know, like a video going viral, it's like cool.
Yeah.
Like that's not embarrassing. That's like, wow, you're actually like, you're cool. You're making money from literally yourself.
Yeah, I would say if you're worried, I would start on TikTok on like an account that nobody follows, because no one's gonna find your TikTok. And then maybe once your TikTok's doing well, then you can start posting on your Instagram or make a new Instagram.
I think if you're going to start doing something like that, I think it makes more sense to start a new channel, because then it's like
separate.
It's separate, and it's not just like randomly like, oh, Lucy's just suddenly randomly posting like her outfits. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, let's just start afresh, because if you don't want any of them to see it, and you like, you can just tell the people you actually like them, can't you? Instead of everyone.
Someone said, have you had to work with people, sponsors or clients that you didn't like? I would say not really. I've never worked with like a brand that I didn't agree with.
No, I wouldn't have worked with them in the first.
I'll just say no.
I feel like as an influencer, you've got to be really careful with who you work with, because it's very easy to be like, I need the money, da da da. But I think if it's going to damage, like at the end of the day, Grace is a brand. I'm a brand. Like, we're a brand, and I think you don't want to work with something that directly, like something like weight loss wouldn't make sense.
Well, yeah, and
you know what I mean? It doesn't match.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to promote that.
Exactly.
So like, yeah,
it doesn't add up. So like, you've got to be like really careful with the deals that you, because it's very easy. Like, I'm sure we've both been. I know I have
random stuff. Yeah,
deals that pay a lot for something that you don't actually want, or that doesn't, or that you think, well, that video is going to do awful, or you think, well, like, I don't actually shop there, so why would I do that? Like, that doesn't make sense.
A lot of the time I get offered, because I'm vegan, I get offered like non-vegan food brand deals, or like the other day it was like a goat milk skincare.
Oh.
And I was like,
it's like someone saying, do you know what? Offer, like, you should start promoting steak.
I was just offended. I was like, do you guys not know me at all? Like, I have a highlight on the front of my page that says vegan food. Like, if you haven't gone that far to research that, then clearly you don't care about my content at all. So, yeah. But I've never said yes to any of those, obviously. I think in terms of, like, people, obviously, there's some people in this industry that aren't very nice, and at events and stuff, sometimes you have to hang out with people that you may not be like your cup of tea.
But there will be in any job.
Any job,
school,
you don't get on
work,
with.
anywhere, there'll always be people that you don't like. So it's just kind of like...
I would never like film with someone that obviously I didn't get along with, because I'm not going to
really
invite them around my house.
Come to your house.
Yeah.
It's so awkward. Like, do you want a cup of tea?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to, actually, because I don't like you.
Yeah, but I would say most people in this industry are really lovely. But sometimes the people that aren't lovely are really not nice. But it's like it's either one or the other.
It is easy to avoid people that are in this industry, because you just don't. You live at home.
Yeah,
I mean, you work from home. You're not going to the office. Like, easy.
Someone said, "What's the biggest goal you want to achieve as an influencer?" I think that's so hard.
Let's do this. Let's say this year.
This year.
Let's say this year instead of it forever. That's
I don't want to say that and jinx it. I don't actually know what mine would be. I used to always think when I was like growing my account, like in terms of numbers, I would be like, I want to hit this amount of followers. But then as I did that, I'm like, so at first I was like, I want to hit 10k. That was my dream. 10k. I hit 10k and I was like, this is great.
And then you go to the next
like, then I was like, oh, well, now I want 100k. Then I got 100k. Oh, well, now I want 500k. I got 500k, and now I'm like a million. But then it's like, where does it stop? And it doesn't fulfill you. And it's like, I'm still making the same videos. It's not like it changes anything, and it doesn't necessarily mean you earn more money.
You just be like happy and working for yourself and living life.
Yeah, I think biggest goal, I would say maybe campaigns. Like there's some brands that I'd really love to work with, so maybe that sort of thing.
You tell me, and you can edit it out.
I can still say, I'll manifest
Oh my god, who?
I'd love to work with Coach. You know, my little Coach bag I wear all the time.
I remember one of the first times we met in London, we went to that Starbucks when we were talking about that, because we walked past a Coach store.
Coach.
And you're like, I'd love to work with Coach.
I'd love to work with Coach. I wear my little Coach bag all the time.
I could see that for you, you know.
I'd love to work with just any brands that really like do body positivity. Like I love Sol de Janeiro. I feel like they do a lot.
Oh my god, I love those. Are one of that's.
And I love their products. I buy them.
So do I.
Always use their moisturizer.
That's
and
my.
their body
I think
spray.
that's my bucket list brand. You know?
Yeah, I'd love to work with
100%.
them. I've been to a few of their events and that was like crazy, but I'd love to work with them.
Also, Olivia works with them.
Yeah, my friend Olivia. Dove. They have amazing campaigns.
I'd love to work with them.
Have you seen that one where it was like the filter on the face?
Sure, I did that.
So good. I'd love to work with them. I'd love to like do like some sort of photo shoot for something because I've never like had photos taken of me. I feel like
it'd be really. I could see like
some sort of
something X Grace.
Yeah, like some.
I could really see that be some sort of fashion event.
Low-rise jeans collection.
Could see it for like Hera or like Tala, something like that.
Something
based like
or something
simple.
Like that does like. Loads of sizing. I don't know, maybe like Hollister because I feel like they do
Hollister's
like
is my
good range.
Hollister is a bucket list brand for me to work with, and Abercrombie.
I love Abercrombie. I always buy their jeans. So yeah, lots of brands we'd love to work with. Do you have any like number goals or like?
I mean, obviously I always have number goals, but I think it's hard to say what your number goal is because with Instagram it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
You can get tens of thousands of views or whatever, and the followers won't go up. Like it's so difficult. But I think I think it's more brands for me. Like it's followers, I don't really care. Like they're like nowadays on Instagram, especially from like a brand perspective, like followers don't really mean anything. It's engagement, it's like community, it's like what your niche is and your style of content rather than like your followers. So I think for me it's more just like establishing Live Grace as like a brand and it being more, because I feel like in the past I've kind of like just done what I think I should do, but I feel like now I've got more of a direction of what I actually want to create online, and I'm not like trying to chase like money or brand deals. I'm just like doing what I want to do, and if that brings brand deals it does, and if it doesn't then I'll cry.
Also I would say I want to do like in-person stuff. Like I'd love to host like an event,
panel,
like some sort of self-love, like I don't know, something fun, like little girly something, I don't know, to meet people in real life.
Do you know what I thought first thing that popped into my head was like pot painting.
Yeah, something like that, like a little like go for lunch or whatever, or make pizza, I don't know, something like that would be fun. Someone said, what is one unexpected perk about being an influencer?
Free food.
Free food.
That's topical.
We just went to ZZ's because Liv has like a black card where basically she can get gifted food from ZZ's.
And it's the best. It's honestly like, it's so, obviously it doesn't cost the brand very much and it's such a little tiny perk, but it's just the best thing ever to go to a restaurant, order whatever you want and not even have to think.
I had the best time. It was like the best day of my life.
Do you know what?
I was like, can I get a starter? She was like, yeah, get whatever you want.
We got so many starters.
It was so good.
Do you know what the funniest thing is? Because we ate most of it.
Yeah, we ate it all. Literally,
we were starved.
Ate it all.
It's because we barely ate any breakfast, so that was like breakfast lunch.
Yeah,
come on,
was very yummy.
So much. It's a reward after all the filming we did.
Yeah, I don't think of anything that's like really unexpected. One thing that I love that I didn't necessarily know much about before I became an influencer was going to like events, like premieres and stuff, because I go to quite a lot of like movie premieres and it's like crazy to see like actual celebrities and be like, why am I here?
I'm like, next to Dua Lipa.
Yeah, literally, I was like, how am I here? And it's so cool to just see the kind of behind the scenes of like how everything works with the paparazzi and stuff, which is fun. And it's fun to be able to go to those sorts of things. Even though I always feel like, why am I here?
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I feel like for me it's PR. Like I feel like my favourite PR is when like you're not expecting it.
Yeah, when you get
and it's like a big box full of like bum cream and you're like,
that would be my dream. Someone said for Liv, how do you pick out influencers when you're working at your brand?
You were asking me this earlier, weren't you?
Yeah, I wanted to
Was this you?
Yeah, this is a question from me.
As I said earlier, I feel like it is definitely about like the quality of the content, and I feel like with a brand, like it's about seeing like their love for the brand. Like you wouldn't believe the amount of influencers that email me that like, I love your brand, and then I'll look at, the first thing I do is look and see if they're following us. The amount of people that pitch to me that don't even follow me is crazy. Like it's crazy. And then I was thinking, oh my god, does my manager pitch out for me and I don't even follow the brand? Like, oh, surely she does. Like, it's terrifying.
Well, because sometimes I'll follow a brand and they post so much that I just unfollow, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's just the brand.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but like, if it's a brand, but then I feel like I follow all the brands that I actually really like.
Yeah.
It's like anything else to who she's pitching to, that's a different issue. It's like the quality of the content, and I feel like niching yourself down is so good. Like trying to give yourself like a few key pillars, which I feel like we've both done. like, you wouldn't believe the amount of creators that like do so much that it just gets too diluted. So like I feel like a lot of influencers you see will literally do like makeup, style and something else.
Yeah.
So whether that's like food or like body positivity or like, I don't know, whatever else it is, it's like niching it down to like a few things to make sure that they're strong, instead of like doing like a little bit of food and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, because then it turns into like really casual and like unprofessional, like it's just your personal Instagram. But like follow account is not relevant, like it really isn't. Engagement is a little bit, I can kind of see it to make sure that they actually get views and stuff, but like it's more about niche.
So it's more about the content. So would you say like even if someone watching has like no followers but they make really good quality videos, you would work with them?
Yeah. You're like, there you go.
There we
you
go.
don't know what brand I work for though.
Yeah,
you
go
could
find
probably
Liv on
you could
LinkedIn.
probably find it out.
But that probably applies to most brands that you're wanting to be working with.
What's your opinion on like doing, I think I don't know your opinion for this, but what do you think about doing like content for brands? Like so say they offer gifting and then you do it for videos for free.
I often don't do that. I would say if you're like
say if you're like starting out.
If you're starting out,
it's different now.
I would say gifting is great because you can get gifted stuff, and say you literally are in school and you don't have any money to be spending on clothes, getting gifted stuff to then mean you can make videos about it, which you wouldn't have been able to make videos about that before, is great. But I don't think you should sign stuff or like have brands have a set thing of like you must make this amount of videos. Yeah. I think most good brands now will just say like, we really appreciate any videos you will make, but you don't have to make any.
Which I think that then makes you want to post more.
Yeah, because I don't want to be... You are essentially working for free. Obviously you get the clothes, which is a great perk, but you are spending time and you're not actually getting money that's going to help you pay your bills. You can't pay your bills with free clothes. So... Because
I know it's so tall in the influencer community of kind of like whether it is worth your time. I always thought like, personally, I think that it is worth it. Like, say it's a brand that you really love and they reach out to you and they say, we love your content, and you say to them, or your manager says to them, what's your fee, blah, 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 whatever, can you come out with you on a paid basis? And they say, we don't have any budget, but like, we'd love to gift you. I think I say that line a lot. We don't have any budget, but I'd love to gift you. Like, I normally say that line a lot at work, because then I feel like it's like a test run. So it's me kind of seeing, A, do they actually like the brand? B, can they actually make nice content? And it kind of shows like you do it, I think, do it once, see how it performs, and then that's it. If they keep offering you gifted, then I think it's time you need to just say,
yeah,
I think it makes you look better. And
I think also, depending on the brand, I know a lot of young influencers when they're starting out, like young girls will work with like underwear brands for gifting, and I'm like, people need to realise that that is worth money, like
a lot of money.
Yeah, and basically just don't like undersell yourself. Obviously, if it's the sort of content you would make anyway, I think great, go for it. And if you really love the clothes, but don't just do stuff for the sake of working with a brand. Don't undersell yourself.
You should never ever do gifting if they expect you to do anything. If someone offers you gifting, the response should always be, I can't guarantee anything, but I'd love to try it. And if you really like the brand, there's a high chance that you'll end up posting it anyway because you'll like it.
But don't agree to stuff, because what if you signed a contract, say, and then the clothes come and they're rubbish or they don't fit? Then what are you going to do? Like, you're going to have to film it, and then
if
that's
there's
just
no
not
money
authentic.
I mean, what my ethos has always been, if there's no money involved, there's nothing being signed. Because what are we signing for?
Yeah.
What are we signing for, guys?
Yeah, so never sign anything, I would say, for gifting.
Unless there's money involved, we're not signing.
Yeah.
Motto, guys.
Yeah.
It's our motto.
Yeah. Don't sign stuff. Don't sign your life away.
No.
And also, another thing, if you are doing paid contracts with brands for paid work, make sure you read your contracts.
Oh my God, yeah. People don't read their contracts.
No. A lot of people I know will sign their life away. It will be like, stuff like...
and they're always really long, so it makes you not want to read them.
Yeah, but copy paste it. Usage. Put it in ChatGPT. Ask for a summary, because
you are such a ChatGPT stan.
Yeah,
she said to me about 4 times. Put it in ChatGPT.
So useful. Because sometimes brands will make you sign your, what's it called when you sign? Usage. You sign away your likeness. I had that on a contract before.
What's that?
A fashion brand can use your likeness indefinitely. So your likeness, how you look.
Why?
They can make an AI thing of you for their adverts forevermore.
Oh my God, that's great. No, because do you know what brands a lot of time sneak in is usage.
Yeah, usage.
So if no one knows what usage is, it means that you're basically giving them your content.
Yeah,
and
so it means the brand can post it on their own channels.
Well, it basically means that you're giving ownership of the content to them.
So they could also put that on a billboard. They could put it on their TV advert and then not paying you.
So
it
would then cost a billboard or an ad would cost them like tens of thousands to shoot, produce, cast, organise, whereas your video costs them like 50 quid or free.
Yeah.
Or nothing.
If you're signing it, yeah.
Or nothing.
And then, this one brand, it was your likeness. So that means they could literally AI you, saying whatever they want you to be saying with your voice, AI generate, and they could put it as a TikTok ad. And everyone's like, Grace, why are you saying that? And it's like, I didn't say that.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, a lot of brands do it. A lot of like really
fashion.
Big corporations do it because they like to have like peace of mind in case they ever mess up.
That's really scary.
You signed away your likeness.
But a lot of the times I've used leverage as a I've used usage as a leverage.
Yeah.
You can increase fees.
Yeah,
because
so they should be paying you if they're putting these things in the contract.
If they want to own your, like, if you're doing gifting and they ask, can we have the copy of the video without the text on it? Don't do it.
Yeah.
Unless you really want to be posted on their channels and be tagged.
But
then fair.
What are you gaining from that? They're just gaining from you. They're just taking advantage of these young people.
Yeah, who have put in time and effort. But, you do you, girls.
Yeah.
Don't be exploited.
But just be clever about it.
Yeah, if there's a brand that you really like and they want to repost you.
If you want to say yes. But just be careful and make sure you're reading any contracts.
Don't get taken the piss out. Because we're smart girls here.
Yeah, we're smart.
We're business babes.
Gotta be smart.
We're business girls.
Okay, I feel like we have answered all the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this was useful. I feel like between us we've got a little bit clever, and we both did business degrees, so
our two brain cells can come together to make one brain cell.
One brain cell, and hopefully it's going to help you guys. But I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good week. I will put Liv's at up here. Make sure you go follow her. And
it's Liv Grace on everything, Dave.
Yeah, there we go.
Gapes.
And my ads up here. I post every single week on YouTube and every single day on everything else. And I will see you all in next week's video. Bye.